What if your deeply held faith was just an elaborate test, and your life merely a pawn in someone else's twisted game? This is the story of two sisters whose faith and very lives are challenged when a routine visit takes a terrifying turn. So without wasting time, let's begin the recap. Our story begins as we meet two sisters, dedicated missionaries for a new church, Sister Paxton and Sister Barnes. Their mission was to recruit new members. For those who accepted their initial outreach, they would personally visit their homes to extend an invitation to join the church. During one such outing, the sisters encounter a group of girls who cruelly bully Sister Paxton, bringing her to tears. This moment highlights her innocent and kind-hearted nature. Seeing her distress, Sister Barnes tells her she needs to be stronger, that crying won't solve life's problems. As they continued their conversation, they arrived at their destination, caught in a sudden downpour that left them both soaked. They had come to the home of a Mr. Reed, who wished to ask them some questions about religion. Mr. Reed invites them inside, but Sister Barnes initially declines, stating, "No, we can't come in. Our church has a rule. If there's no lady present in the house, we don't go inside." Mr. Reed then reassures them, "I have a wife. She's in the kitchen making blueberry pies." And indeed, the aroma of blueberries drifted from the house, seeming to confirm his story. So, accepting his explanation, they both went inside, parking their bicycles outside. Once indoors, they removed their wet coats, handed them to Mr. Reed, and sat down. Mr. Reed mentioned his wife would join them shortly, assuring them not to worry. He then began asking about their past lives, and we learned that both sisters grew up within the church. Mr. Reed then posed the question, "Do you believe in God?" Both affirmed they do. He then presented them with the Book of Mormon, written by Joseph Smith. He explained that, according to the book, Joseph Smith hadn't believed in any religion initially. However, when he faced great trouble, an angel appeared to help him, leading him to embrace faith in religion and God. Mr. Reed then questioned them, "Do you believe Joseph Smith's words are true?" Both replied, "Yes, absolutely. God is very much a part of this world." He followed up with another question, "Do you believe in an afterlife, another life after death?" Again, they both said yes. Sister Paxton elaborated, "When I die, I imagine I'll become like a butterfly, landing on the fingers of my loved ones, letting them know I'm still with them even after death." Then he asked, "Is it okay for a man to have multiple wives?" Paxton immediately responded, "In my opinion, that's not okay." He pressed, "Why? Members of your church follow this rule." Sister Barnes interjected, "Yes, that's true. But it's because our church members want to increase their numbers. The more members in a family, the more the church grows. That's why they established that rule." The man countered, "No, it wasn't like that. I'll tell you, Joseph married multiple women for his own pleasure. And following his lead, these men also began taking multiple wives, cloaking it all in the name of religion." Hearing this, both sisters were visibly surprised. It was clear this man possessed a deeper knowledge than they did. He then told them, "I've studied many religions, and my conclusion so far is that the more you read about religion, the more you realize how little you actually know." After this, he got up and moved from the lounge to another room, saying, "If you want to meet my wife, come on in." The sisters felt a growing unease. It was completely dark inside the other room. There, when Paxton examined a candle, she discovered it was blueberry scented. With this, they realized the man had been lying. His wife wasn't home, and no blueberry pies were being made. Sensing trouble, they pretended to make a call to their church. But this man was no amateur. He informed them that the walls of his house were made of metal, which blocked any signal from getting in or out, and also prevented sounds from escaping. Realizing they were trapped, Sister Barnes suggested they try talking to the man, hoping he might let them go. They followed him into a room, which was strikingly designed to resemble a church. As soon as they entered, they pleaded, "We need to get to the church. Please let us go." Reed replied, "I haven't imprisoned you here. The front door is on a timer. It will open in the morning. If you want, you can use either of the two back doors to leave." They were puzzled. Who puts a timer on their door? Anyway, when he opened one door, it led out through the basement. They didn't feel comfortable going that way. And when they opened the second door, it also led out via the basement. Now they strongly suspected this man had deliberately trapped them. The scene shifts, and we see their church father, extremely worried because the sisters hadn't returned. He sets out to find them. Back at the house, the sisters didn't ask Mr. Reed to let them out again, knowing he wouldn't. The man, acting normally, started talking to them, showing them a game called Monopoly, and then other games like Patron, which had similar gameplay but different names. Here, Barnes spotted a letter opener, which she discreetly took and concealed, intending to use it if the situation became dire. Now this man began to speak. "Look," he said, "all these games are the same. The way they're played is also the same. Still, people buy them and play them with great enjoyment." After this, he placed the holy books of 3 different religions on the table in front of him. "I've read all 3 of these," he told them. The same things are written in all 3, implying that only one religion could be authentic, and the other religions have merely copied the previous one. He also told them, "Your church is also fake. I don't know who has copied whom." Listening to him, Sister Barnes reached into her coat. The keys to her bicycle weren't there. Instead, they were jingling in Paxton's pocket. They realized this man had ensnared them with a calculated plan. He must have tampered with their bikes as well, which explained why Paxton now had the keys. After understanding his trap and listening to his lecture, Paxton told him, "Whatever you say, even after your lecture, I still believe in my God and my religion." Hearing her, Mr. Reed wrote belief and disbelief on 2 separate doors. He told them, "If you believe in God, then go through the belief door. I'll see if God will show you the right path." Trusting in God, they went through the belief door. It was pitch black, so they used their phone's flashlight. They saw a table and chair, and in the distance, a window sealed with wooden planks. They tried to break the seal with the chair, but couldn't dislodge more than 1 piece of wood. Sister Barnes gave the letter opener, which she'd taken from the man's room, to Paxton. She told Paxton, "I'll keep this man talking. When I say the prearranged phrase, attack him immediately. After that, we'll escape." While they were discussing this, a woman wrapped in a shawl sat down near them, clutching what appeared to be a poisonous pie. She sat down and began reciting some verses. Reed's voice informed them, "This woman is a prophet. She will die after eating the poisonous pie. Afterwards, she will tell you what she saw in the afterlife." It was an incredible claim, yet they found themselves compelled to stay. Sister Barnes noticed that Reed had constructed a model of his house. He was moving small figures of the girls around on the model, as if they were his puppets. While he was preoccupied with his model, she tried to slip out through the other door, the disbelief door, hoping it led outside. But she saw that both doors actually led through the same basement area. Near the disbelief door, she spotted a matchstick, something she could use to light a fire. When she tried to grab it, she couldn't reach it, so she quickly returned to her own door. Coming back, she saw that the woman he called a prophet had died after eating the poisonous pie. As soon as she died, Reed asked them to check her pulse and breathing to confirm her death. When they checked, the woman was indeed dead. After that, Reed told them, "Now, this woman will wake up and tell you what she saw in the afterworld." As he was saying this, their doorbell rang. Both sisters knew it must be the father looking for them. But Reed lied, saying, "There's no one in my house right now." Since their bicycles weren't outside, the father believed him and left. Meanwhile, the sisters had managed to get the matchstick from Reed's room. They had wanted to use it to signal the father, to show him they were trapped inside, but the father had already gone. In the midst of this, the woman they called a prophet seemingly returned to life. As soon as she was revived, she told them, "I saw a cloud after my death, but it wasn't heaven. That is not real either." Saying this, Reed came and took her away. Barnes wasn't ready to believe any of this. She asked Reed how he did it, exclaiming, "She died. I checked her myself." Barnes was completely confused. Maybe it was her near-death experience, she mused. "Because I had a near-death experience in my childhood. When I was about to die, I hallucinated these things. Then God gave me a new life." Saying this, Sister Barnes was trying to distract Reed. While talking, she uttered the prearranged phrase. This was the signal for Paxton to attack Reed. But before Paxton could strike him, Reed produced a knife and stabbed Sister Barnes in the neck. Paxton cried out in horror, "What did you do?" Reed replied calmly, "This girl isn't real. She's a simulation." After seemingly killing her, he removed a chip from her injured hand and showed it to Paxton, saying, "This is her chip." Paxton retorted, "That's not a chip. It's a birth control implant. And I know how you did all this. The woman you called a prophet really did die. But the woman who initially died and the one who revived were two different people. You swapped them. I noticed subtle differences between them. The switch happened when we went upstairs to get the matchsticks. It was all your controlled plan. I know there's a pit in the basement where the first woman's body must be. Reed began to laugh and said, "And how will you prove any of this?" Paxton declared, "I will find that secret passage." He laughed again, saying, "There is no secret passage." Hearing this, Paxton went back to the basement, determined to find it. And she did. Surprisingly, her theory was correct. The dead body of the first woman was there in the basement. She returned and told Reed, "I told you this was all your controlled plan." Hearing her, Reed, instead of being upset, looked pleased. In truth, Reed had wanted Paxton to uncover all of this. Now, she knew about all the rooms. There was one room where her bicycle lock had been used. She used her bicycle key to open it. Inside, there were many women imprisoned. Reed came to her and asked, "Did you figure out which one is the real religion?" In response, her voice laced with pain, she began to speak. "It was all a setup. Your planning began the moment we arrived. You took our coats, and with them, our bicycle keys. You brought our bicycles inside, and then started manipulating everything. This was all under your control. It means you wanted to prove that true religion is about control. According to you, the religion we follow is controlling our minds. It's not our own thought, but rather the religion controlling us." Hearing this, Reed was happy that Paxton had understood everything. "Yes," he said, "all religions control us." A profound sadness enveloped Paxton. She took out the letter opener that Sister Barnes had given her and stabbed the man in his neck. Killing him, she rushed upstairs, towards the room where Reed had made the model of the house. She began to search the model, looking for a way out. As she went to the physical doors, she saw that all the doors were interlinked. This house was constructed like a maze. She wandered through the house, only to find herself back where she started. She understood she couldn't escape this house. She was filled with despair when the injured Reed, still alive, came up to her and stabbed her. This time, Paxton felt herself on the brink of death. Reed told her, "You believe in God. He will listen to us. Pray for us." This implied that Reed also believed in God but was, for some reason, trying to lead people away from faith. Paxton prayed, and then we see Sister Barnes, trembling, appear. Sister Paxton was overjoyed at the sight of her. Barnes grabbed a nearby piece of wood, plunged it into Reed's neck, and killed him decisively. Paxton was happy that Reed was finally dead and her companion was with her. But after a short while, Sister Barnes succumbed to her own injuries and died. Seeing this, Paxton was overcome with sadness. She went upstairs again and looked at the model of Reed's house. Studying it, she finally found the window that led outside. At last, she opened the window and climbed out. She was free, and then a butterfly came and gently landed on her hand. She intuitively knew it was Sister Barnes's soul, wanting to tell her that she would always be with her. Seeing this, a sense of peace came over her, and she began to truly believe in the afterlife. As soon as she had this realization, the butterfly flew away. And with that, the story also ends.